Hello my lovelies and welcome to another plan with me. Today we are in my Erin Condren and we are doing the week of April the 8th, April the 14th. I do apologise about the lighting, it's absolutely miserable outside. I do have some artificial light on as well, which is possibly why you can see shadows being cast, but please bear with me. So the kit I'm going to be using today is this one. This one is called Me Time and it's from the Little Thoughts store, and I don't know how well you can pick it up in this light, but as you can see this kit is foiled. It's absolutely beautiful. And then the clips that I've chosen, obviously always is going to be my little sparkly today, and then I've got these two rose clips. So this one and the today clip are from my unicorn planner. Got a bit of a sticky mark on there, but I just thought these went perfectly with this kit because of the two colours of the roses at the bottom there. I thought they were a perfect match. And this one is from Sparkle and Charms on Etsy. And then washi choices, we have all of these. So you've got this beautiful rose one, and that's from Little Thoughts stores as well. Then you've got this marble one. This is perfectly imperfect, and it's a wide 20mm one, and that is from the range. Then you have this 15mm just plain marble, which is from Sweet Pea Planner Supplies on Etsy. Then we've got this gorgeous grey and pink with silver foil bows from Simply Gilded, and it was a collaboration one between Simply Gilded and Once More with Love. And then we've got this rose gold skinny washi, that's also from the range, and I thought that one went well with it being foiled, and it was the closest to the pinky coloured foil I had for the kit. So let's get started with our date dots. There's the day covers and the dots are here. So we just start as always with me just whiting out. Although to be fair, actually they're really dark, so I might actually get away with not whiting out today, because the day covers are really, really dark on this kit. They are a absolute gorgeous navy, really, really dark navy. I don't know how well you can see the colours, but they are, I do that, you might see a bit better. They are navy. So hopefully they stand out quite well against the background. I swear every kit I buy has a different lead edge for peeling stickers from their pages. It's very weird. It could just be me, I don't know. And what I mean by lead edge is like an edge that's slightly easier than the rest to peel the stickers off from. So some of them are left to right, some of them are right to left. It really does depend on the shop, I suppose. Every shop has their, oops, sorry, just trying to line it up nice and straight whilst dealing with the coil underhand. So see now, Thursday, okay, so we'll go with Friday then, because that's come up. So here we go. And we'll just get them all laid down. They are, look, Thursday's come up lovely now. So we can just get that popped on like so. Just keep going, as always. So, got to do a bit of crafting later. Get my kids' Easter hats ready for their Easter bonnet parade tomorrow. And I was actually really impressed. Actually, I managed to grab the bits and pieces for decorating and the actual hats themselves in Asda's, and I think for both of them I think it's only gonna it's worked out £5 plus whatever glue I use, which will probably be my glue gun, to be fair. So I might come back to the date dots in a minute. I'm not entirely sure. I think at this point I am gonna lay possibly lay some washi, I think. But then again, I don't know what washi. Obviously I don't want it a lot wider than the header, if I can help it. But then again, because April's quite a dark purple, I don't know. See, no, that's not going to look right, because you're going to see the header, whoops, directly underneath, and it's going to destroy the overall effect of that gorgeous washi, which we don't want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some, oh, I actually think I've got some blank headers that would go with this kit. Did I put them in here? Aha. The question is, do I have the right colour to go with this kit? I don't think I do, actually, which is a shame. I think they're all going to be slightly wrong colour. But that's okay, actually, I am going to use them. Right, so these header sheets, they're just blank, generic blank glitter headers, and they are from the Mix Match Planner. But you know what, they might not match those headers, but they do go quite well against the navy colour. So I'm just going to pop these in. I think they work really, really well. And these are from the Mix Match Planner on Etsy. And yeah, I think they work really, really well, actually. I'm really, really chuffed. I had some blue ones. I like to have a selection of sort of generic use stickers, if you like, that aren't necessarily associated to a kit in any way, but like in this instance will go with the kit to fill in and kind of improvise where needed. So obviously I needed some headers, so that's what I've pulled this in for. So how is everybody's week been so far? Being as today is obviously Thursday. You know, hope you're all well, hope you're all in good health. It's been quite a crazy week for myself. Just purely, so obviously the Me Time shiny one is going to be my theme sticker. And with that in mind, I'm just going to run through all the boxes and just lay them all down as they come. So yeah, I mean, like I was saying, this week has been actually pretty manic for me. I think today's the only day I actually have for any me time, coincidentally. Just because, See, one of these I'm not going to need, and I'm not sure which one I'm not going to want to use. But definitely. Right, what I'm going to do at this point, I say I could use that because it's got the cat. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm going to run with it still, actually. It has got the cat in it, and I do want to use as many of the cat ones as I can. If I can get this to go straight, which I don't think it wants to play ball with me. That's okay, there we go, down like so. Because I've got the cat in that one as well. So, plenty with the booty cat, and I want to put the roses, I think, Saturday, Sunday, me time. So yeah, at this point the one that I'm going to use is going to be the eye mask, but I've usually got space in my sidebar for a extra full box. So I am putting the cat twice on the same page, well, 2 or 3 times on the same page actually. But that's all good, it's all good. So, yeah, right. This one doesn't want to play ball, there we go. Like so. So, skipping the mask, skipping the me time one, because obviously I want to use that as my see, I'm so used to planning in my happy planner. Would you believe I'm planning the 2nd week of April now in my Erin Condren. And I still haven't got used to the fact that it is fixed on a coil. That's quite bad, isn't it? So yeah. So my manic week this week consisted of church services for Easter. Easter services. My children go to a C of E school. Church of England school. So obviously Christmas, Harvest Festival, excuse me, my throat is dry. What's that I say? Easter services, etc. So I've got those 2 left, I'll come back to that in a minute. And then I usually do my todays. So obviously there's a limited number of headers. There's actually 2 todays, so we're going to use both of them, but we'll put one on each side if you get my drift. This sticker is going to play ball, it is going to come off. There we go. Didn't want to. So yeah, it's just been busy because obviously I've got my eldest is in the juniors and my youngest is in the infants side of the school. So obviously, I mean, the church associated to the school is only little. So what they do is they have a church service for the for the infants and a church service for the juniors, and that unfortunately does mean that I end up doing 2 trips to and from the school. I'm wondering to use the blank headers provided or to use some more of my blue headers. I'm going to use the headers provided, I think. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, so Tuesday wasn't too bad. I only lost the morning because they just do 1 service for the whole of the infants, which is fine because that's only an extra class in the hall. Don't even think it's an extra class. I think it works out the same as what they do for the juniors. So that worked out for me. So basically I just moved the car down to the church and sat and waited and watched the performance and came away, took lots of photos and had lots of videos sent to me that were taken by other mums, because obviously it was Litlin's first service. And I need my checklist, not the checklists, my half boxes. So what I'm going to try and do, obviously like I normally do, is just try and marry up the half box picture to the full box picture. So yeah, that was Tuesday morning, which was fine because I got to come home and sort out and do whatever from there. And then yesterday, so Wednesday, was the juniors' turn. Well, the junior side of the school, as you can appreciate, is bigger. So how it works over here in the UK is infants, so first school, you have preschool or nursery prior to them turning 5. When they turn 5, they go into infant school. And they're there for 3 years before moving up to the juniors. And then they're in juniors for 4 years before moving on to the seniors. And then they spend 5 years at seniors. Sorry, just having issues getting this one to go straight. There you go, done. Oh, excuse me. So obviously there's only 3-year groups in infants. They can fit the whole of the infants, plus mums and dads and aunts and nans and whatever in the church for their performance. But obviously for the juniors, they have to divide them. So what they do is year 5 and year 6 do 2 services, and then years 3 and 4 are divided. So they'll send one class up first, and then they'll send up another class later. And obviously I ended up being in the later service for my eldest, which is fine, don't mind that, but you do lose a large portion of the day. So at this point I need to decide what washi I'm going to put in here, and I'm really tempted to use, I don't know if these two go together, do they? I think they go together really nicely actually. I don't know if that will then make it, whoops, throwing the washi away now. If that will make it too wide, brings it right down to where the headers should be. So I'm going to leave that off a minute, and I'm just going to come in now with the strip washi. Came with the kit, at least to try. There was just a little biting point there where it didn't quite. Do you know what? I might put the Simply Gilded across the top and use this just to put as the skinny. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Because I actually think it's a bit too thin to sit at the top. And I think last time I used one of Jodie's kits, I used it instead of them, I think. Thinking about it now. So obviously on the other side I'm going to have to trim it down, because it's going to go straight into my sidebar, which I don't want it in the sidebar. That's fine, because we just run it along where we want it, get to the end, grab my little scissors and go. Really, I've got to get some new scissors. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Right. And then I'm going to bring in this gorgeous rose washi, because I think it's just so beautiful when I find the end. So yeah, both my boys I'm so proud of, did so well. in their performances. I'm especially proud of my youngest because it's the first service that he's done. He wasn't, he hadn't started school when they did the nativity. That is not going straight because the page is moving. Sorry, real life struggles here. There we go, damn. So yeah, like I said, my eldest was not, my eldest was in school, but my youngest wasn't in school for the nativity, so that didn't really affect me. But yeah, so the morning ones, you don't really lose too much of your day, but when they put on the later, I mean it's still in the morning, but by the time you get home it's midday. I don't live close at all to my son's school. In fact, I'm a 20-minute drive away from my son's school. So now we're just going to bring in the headers, and I'm going to do to do, and there isn't two to do's. There's a to do and then there's a get it done, but it's two in the same thing. So, and then we'll just decide which ones I'm going to use as infills. So I've got 3 silver ones left from the kit itself, but I think I might bring in some purple ones, because at the top of my purple one it's not too far off of that shade, so I think I'll use some of these instead of using up the ones that came with the kit. It's a little bit darker, but not majorly. So yeah, so because it's like in the middle of the day, you don't really have enough time to sort of commit to anything because of the distance I have to travel. So by the time I've dropped them off for 9 o'clock in the morning and got all the way back here, it's like between 1:15 and 9:30, depending on traffic. Because obviously I always drop them off a little bit before. You know, I tried to get them in as soon as the classroom's open at 10 to 9 really. So I know they're in and they're sorted and they're not disrupting the class. It's the start of the day sort of thing. And obviously now's time for my checklists. So obviously this kit doesn't come with full box checklists, it just comes with freestanding checklists. That's absolutely fine with me. So all I'm going to do is just line it up against the edge of the box, the bottom and the edge of the box. Like so, they are slightly going into the header, but not enough to bug me. And if it went over any more than the slight little bit that it has, I think it would bug me. But oh, look at that weather! It's absolutely pouring down out there. It wasn't too bad on the school run itself. So yeah, so the time I got back yesterday, I had enough time to hang the washing up on the indoor line and get another load on, and I just sort of generically tidied up the kitchen. Shoot back up there for 11:15. Watch the performance and then come home, and then I only have a couple of hours to myself just before I have to go back and actually collect them for the end of day. So it's quite nice today just to have a day where I'm not rushing around too much, that I can sit and I can concentrate and I can do a few bits and pieces. So yeah, it's whoops, that didn't go straight at all, did it? There we go, salvaged it. So it's not taking the time out to go and see my son's doing it, that isn't the issue, it's the travelling. Because we are such a distance away from the school. It's a bit of a pain in the hoo-ha. So now I'm going to do the bottom washi, which again is this, has the gorgeous putty cat in it, just sat relaxing in a bathtub. And obviously we don't have full box checklist, so we just have to use the existing lines. You are going to see the bottom lines underneath the bottom washi slightly because it's white, but that's okay. I think that looks okay. Make sure we've got any creases in there like so, and then we're just going to do the other side. Now ordinarily I think I would chop this down. Sorry, I'm just going to scan back now and see what I normally do, which is really annoying because all I'm finding is washi that I don't normally cut down. Do you know what, we're going to leave that off a minute and we're going to build up the sidebar and we're going to see what we have left at the end of it, if that makes sense. So what I normally do at this point is, yes, I could use the slightly wider, the 10mm, the Simply Gilded roll, but I'm not going to. I don't know if that's now the right plan of action, because if I'm gonna, you know what I was looking for? I'm looking for the one I did previously of her kits, just as a reference. So yeah, no, I took it all the way across and left it all the way across. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's what I thought I did, but I wasn't sure, and then I couldn't find the layout in here. Let's find an end that peels up nicely. No, don't want to. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point is just bring in my X-Acto knife and just help the line. So I'm trying not to put too much pressure that go all the way through, but I'm also trying to put enough pressure that I do actually cut the sticker. There we are, just like that, and then it should just come up at this point, hopefully, she says. Okay, so it wasn't brilliantly cut. At all. We've lost a bit of a corner, but because it's white we won't notice, so it's fine. And again, we're just lining it up with the bottom of the boxes and the edges of the boxes, and we're just going to smooth that all the way across. Like so. Now we can do what I was going to do, which was, sorry, this is where the point I do turn my planner sideways to see what I'm doing. And the washi doesn't want to stay down today. Yay! So just lining it up to the edge of the box and just then running the washi all the way down to the very, very bottom, or in this case down to where we've put the bottom washi. And then we're going to leave that tab on the top because I don't know if I'm going to take that off at the top of the date dots or if I'm going to take that off and leave it there because I'm going to put washi across the top. I don't know yet. So at this point we bring back in full boxes, and obviously we're going to go for this one because it's the one we put aside for our thing box. There we go, straight down like that. And then I want to have a look at the headers because I normally put a this week header or next week header, and there isn't one. So I think we're just going to put a blank one in. We've got some blank ones left. Then we want the, I'm going completely blind, I'm sure there's a Monday through Sunday sticker somewhere. There it is on the washi sheet. I was being very blind with that. And then that one just goes in up a smidge, just like so. Okay, that's a little bit narrower than a column, but that's okay, it works. Literally all I've got left on there now is a habit tracker. Excuse me, and I don't use those in this planner. Then I want, see, what do I normally put? I'm terrible, aren't I? Do the same thing every week and stuff. Right, I normally put, so I'm going to put that other full box in, just to save me trying to fill the space. I'm not going to bother with a header. I don't need to bother with a header at this point. And just plonk that down. And then I need a half box. So at this point I could choose either of those, and I think I'm going to go for the one that matches the actual theme sticker. And I'm just going to plonk that try not to take the cat's ear off too much across there like that, and with no header. So at this point I want to decide whether or not I'm going to bring in the Simply Gilded. Oh, move that sheet out of the way as well. That's just the deco and the functionals. And apart from the fact that you can, sorry, right, try not to wash the Simply Gilded. Wash the Simply Gilded? Waste the Simply Gilded. I'll take that all the way along. Just bring in the washi cutter again. Like so. And then we do exactly the same on this side. Making sure we just line it all up nicely so we don't get any wastage. And butt it up to that. Okay, perfect. I just think that just rounds the page off a little bit, and then I'm just gonna pull off the excess bit on there just to tidy it all up. What I am going to do before I accidentally plonk my hand down on the exact knife is put the lid back on it and put it away. Then we need to decide where we're going to put the weekend banner. Which, again, just being cautious with it, because obviously there isn't a script functional, and they are always just a little bit more fiddly to get off than normal, like so. And then with any luck it's going to fit. So this is what I was trying to avoid, it's stuck to me rather than it's self, and then it's tried to tear. There we go, it fits perfectly down there and stands out because there's a nice expanse of white space there. And then we just need to go through and put our date dots in. Bring in the tweezers. Nice and straight. There we go. Nine. I mean, I could have put it above and onto the washi, but A, it would have ruined the effect of the washi, and B, I tend to find that the kit stickers never stick to washi for some reason. Like even functional stickers that I've stuck down never seem to stick. So there we go, that is pretty much it. Now obviously I've got some date dots, some habit trackers and a quarter box left. I've got all the deco and the functionals because obviously I just don't use those in this planner. I've got none of the full boxes left. And then I've got just a habit tracker left on that sheet as well. And now we just got to run through and put in my functionals. I hope that I've got them all out. I think I have. Okay, so it could be hit and miss filming because they break up this Friday. So this week that I'm planning now is actually half term. So I'm going to try and get everything out on time. However, sorry, this is my little character sticker for in here. And she always goes up at the top of the week. She fit there without going over the edge of the page? No, I don't think she will. Oh, she can just sit in the corner there, just nicely. So this is the Chibi Girl from Fab Planner Print, and I always use her. I'm going to use the book today though, on a Thursday, because that's the day I generally plan in that planner. Sometimes I'll swap them, but that's the day intended on planning. These two are from Plan to Stitch Planning, and this one just represents my mini happy planner and my Erin Condren. And then this is YouTube Binge Floss, and then she just goes down here to represent my subscribers. So it's just nice to keep an eye, you know, an eye on my count, I thought. And then I just need to go to my stash of new stickers. And then somewhere in amongst here, I'm not entirely sure where off the top of my head, I think I was at them. I need to pull out that one and that one. So these are new minis from the Mix Match Planner, and that's filming mini and uploading and editing mini. But the other ones I've got recently from her, and I've used a couple of, are the new coffee mini. You've got Planner Meet mini, and I've got YouTube channel mini, and I've got Fox mini, which are all really, really cute. So these are from Once More with Love, and as you can see I'm about to run out. So film, edit and upload. Run out of those now, and they're not so easy to replace on account of waiting times from America, but hey, I love a mini, so why not? So we're going to put a filming mini on that one, and we're going to put a filming mini on Friday as well, and then we're going to do an edit and upload mini. I never used to put the editing sticker down, so it's quite nice to have one now that means both editing and uploading. I really, really love that idea. And then this is Instagram mini. So obviously she just gets plonked in here as well, because obviously I've uploaded pics to my Instagram for you guys to see as well. See, there's a lot more space minus a character sticker, like so. So obviously once floss runs out, that's when I'll start bringing in the YouTube channel mini. And I think I might change my coffee character. I don't know yet, but if I do, it will probably be for Fox Mini, because I absolutely love foxes. So, and that, guys, is pretty much it, apart from obviously my usual, I use this pen because I prefer it. So this one is obviously Erin Condren. This one is obviously classic HP, and this one is obviously mini HP, and then obviously it's self-explanatory. So I'm just gonna flip. You guys wouldn't have seen this because I was actually, it was yesterday, late last night I did this, and I didn't put the camera on, which was rather silly of me. But this is my April spread, and it's from Oodles My Doodles on Etsy. And this is just how I keep track. So I need to put PR post sticker there, which I use this mini for. And just plonk her right at the bottom, and then I'm going to put on there PR, and then the shop name. So there we are, guys. Obviously I haven't filled in that yet because I haven't decided what kits or anything, and I'm waiting on some Happy Mail, which I'm hoping to film for you guys because I haven't done a haul video for so long. So with that, I'm just going to plonk on, just so you guys can see, all my clips. Move all that out your way. Hopefully you're in focus, hopefully you can see that all nice and clearly. And there we go. And I will catch you again on my next video. Take care, my lovelies. Bye.